Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be focusing on my Brazilian Blue tarantula. Right now, I have it in this container that I actually got from the container store, and it's a drawer system. So it's as simple as just pulling it out like that. And I want to kind of give you guys a quick review of this in case you saw it in one of my previous videos and you think that it might work well for your purpose. I just want to kind of let you know my experience with it, and then I'm actually going to be sprucing up her enclosure a little bit. It's time for a substrate change, so we'll do that as well. So let's go ahead and first talk about the enclosure itself. Guys, so I want to give you a really quick review of how these drawers have been holding up for me to hold my tarantulas. I just want to start off by saying I absolutely love them. Okay, they are stackable, they have a low footprint, they look sleek. I mean, I just absolutely love them. They have enough space, and if you don't even like this size, the container store also has one that is like double this. So if you need something a little bit bigger, they probably have it for you. Now, this is not good. These systems aren't going to hold something very big. I would only hold, like for me, I hold my tarantulas, and then I have another one with my insect feeders. So I wouldn't go with a snake or anything that escapes very easily. Let me say that, because the only downside to these guys is there is no locking mechanism. Of course, you could add one. One of the things I will say is, with the fact that there is nothing keeping it closed, I have never had any issues with it. It is pretty heavy, so my tarantulas do not have the strength to push this thing out. Now, when it's sitting like this and you're opening a drawer, you really have to give it a bit of a tug, and so I'm not worried. Like you can see, it's kind of following me a little bit, so I'm not worried about my tarantulas escaping. So in order to make this livable, I guess, I did add some ventilation holes on the top, but that's literally the only thing I had to add. And I will say that this thing is already not airtight. There is a little bit of a gap right here where the drawer meets kind of this sleeve, I would say, but I do always want to stress on adding some good ventilation when possible, so I still went with the ventilation holes on top. And these things are very compact, as I've already said. So I have 3 of them. 2 of them were housing my tarantula. I just moved one of my tarantulas out of these into a 20-gallon, which I will have that video on the channel. I'll link it up above for you. But basically, you can stack them this way, and there are grooves in the top of this. So when you do have another one stacked on top, and this is just the sleeve, the drawer to this one is back here. This is what my tarantula was in, my other tarantula. But basically, when they're on top of each other, you're not worrying about this thing sliding. Like, the grooves have it very well. Like you can see, I'm trying to pull it, and I'm not trying to disturb my tarantula too much, but I'm trying to pull it, and it's not going anywhere. So I absolutely love these things. They're very compact, and they're perfect for a sling. If you have millipedes like I have as well, you can put millipedes in here. I actually keep my millipedes right here, but these would work great for really a variety of pet insects or arachnids. I have a scorpion. My scorpion would go perfect in here. I was going to put my scorpion in here, but I think I'm actually going to move him into a 10-gallon. But something like that, anything small like that, these guys would be perfect for. And like I said, if you need a little bit extra space, go for the one that's twice this size, and that'll give you more width. All right, guys, so that's the quick rundown, the quick skinny on using this drawer system to house my tarantulas. If you have any questions, specific questions about it, please do leave it in the comments, and I'll be sure to answer it. So now for the rest of the video, nothing too fancy. I'm just going to spruce up the enclosure a little bit. The substrate needs to be changed. I will say I used to try to go bioactive in all of my setups, but with my tarantulas, I don't feel like they produce enough waste to maintain bioactivity. And if you have any experience with that, please let me know. But I didn't find it necessary. The springtails were always in the water dish, and it was driving me nuts, especially in something this small. So I kind of went away with having it be bioactive. So that's why I'm doing a substrate change. But if you have successfully had a bioactive take with your tarantulas, let me know in the comments. Let's start that discussion. But for me, for right now, I think just going with changing out the substrate every so often is just going to work for me. So let's go ahead and empty this out. So this setup houses my Brazilian Blue tarantula. It is very, very skittish. The only tarantulas that I own the only tarantula singular that I own that I'll actually hold is my rose hair, Chilean rose hair. I think I wasn't holding my other two tarantulas because they were slings, and so they were so small. And one time I was actually changing the substrate of one of them, and that thing took off and got lost behind my dishwasher in my kitchen. And after that, I was so freaked out. I was like, oh my God, never again. So I'm just gonna move him in this tub for temporary housing while we fix up this substrate. So I think the substrate that this was, I think it had forest floor in there. I could see the charcoal, so it was probably ABG mix, forest floor, and probably some cocoa fiber, some eco earth. So it's pretty dry right now. Being honest, I actually don't remember what this new substrate is. I made it for another setup. I believe it's mainly just eco earth and a little bit of something else. I'm not for sure. I think I might have some organic soil in here as well. So I really do enjoy keeping tarantulas. I think they are pretty cool pets. They do have that wow factor. There was a time where I was just so obsessed that I was like gonna like buy them. But after I got to 3, I was like, girl, slow your butt down. So 3 is my max for right now. Although they don't take up a lot of space, so space wise I could probably accommodate some more. I just don't really see the need in. Oh look, we got a little isopod in there. I wonder if this substrate is, did I make this substrate bioactive? Alright, so we had a little isopod in there and I just threw him in there with my isopod cultures. I don't remember making this substrate bioactive, but I don't know, something could have happened when I was mixing it last time. Alright, so we got our base in there. So I'm gonna put this deer antler back in there, mainly just for decoration. No real point to it, but I kind of liked having the deer antler in there. Put that guy in there. Go ahead and put the tarantula with the hide back in there. If the hide was nasty, I would kind of clean it out and stuff, but it didn't really web on the hide or anything, so we'll put that back in there. I will say this tarantula is probably going to need an upgrade enclosure wise. I would say probably next year it'll get something bigger, but for now this is definitely doing the job. Now I could put those fake plants back in there, those purple ones, but I'm actually going to see if I have any other plants that I can add first. Alright, so I did find some other greenery. I think I'm going to add this instead of the purple flowers. So let's see where this would make more sense. Just going to stick the stem of it down kind of under the hide a little bit. There we go. That's not too shabby. This is what it's looking like so far. And then the last thing that we're going to add in here is the water dish. Now guys, I bought these little small water dishes. I believe I got them from like a PetSmart or something. I will say I'm not a fan of these. I want to get a bigger water dish. I do need to clean this guy out, and I will, but I want to get a bigger water dish because this thing evaporates way too quickly. Like, it simply does not hold water long enough, which is super annoying. But for now, that's where that's gonna go, and we are done. Tarantulas are really easy to take care of because they don't require any special lighting, any special heating. For the most part, unless you have a humid loving species, you don't really have to worry about humidity too much. If you're comfortable in the house, then they're comfortable in the house. So this is a decent setup. So let's go ahead and get a sleeve. All right, and that is it. So I'll give you guys a close-up of that, but this is it. This is pretty simple. Just wanted to give you a quick review of this drawer system and just freshen it up a little bit. Guys, so that's it for this video. I just wanted to give you a quick review of these drawer systems and just kind of freshen up the enclosure a little bit. Like I said, it moves very easily. It's stackable. It looks nice. It's not bad looking either. And then your tarantula still has the security and the space that it needs. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.